Throughout the day, heightened concerns as thousands of people still wait to come through the Beitbridge Border Post into South Africa. And making matters worse, the curfew that's been implemented in Zimbabwe and in South Africa because of current lockdowns. Right on that story for lunchtime is eNCA's Siphamandla Goge. Sipa, good afternoon to you. You've been there since early this morning. What's the sense from people right now at the border, given that it is getting a lot hotter?
Well, more frustration for them, Jeremy, not only for those who want to cross to South Africa, but also for immigration officials, South African Police Service, as well as South African National Defence Force members. All of them are frustrated because they are trying to deal and contain, they are trying to deal with and contain the situation. Now, you won't be able to see a clearer picture now, because what you are seeing behind me is a very quiet and normal-looking entrance and exit to the border. But a kilometer from what you are seeing now, it's where that chaos is. Thousands of people are stuck inside there. They want to cross over to South Africa. It's not only Zimbabweans, but you've got South Africans as well who had been to Zimbabwe. But when the lockdown was announced in Zimbabwe, they tried to rush back home, and then they've been stuck there for 3 days. So what you are seeing inside there, thousands of people from Zimbabwe, South Africa, Malawi, Mozambique, Zambia, and other African countries. This is one of the busiest border posts, not only in Southern Africa, not only between South Africa and Zimbabwe, but in the African continent. It's one of the busiest border posts. This is strategic to South Africa in terms of trade with the rest of the continent. We have spoke to some people who have told us that they are frustrated, but their main worry is that their COVID-19 test certificates are expiring and they now need to be retested before they can enter South Africa. And that's one of the reasons for this delay, because there are massive testings and screenings that are going on there for COVID-19. But this border has been chaotic for years. It's not a new thing. We have just taken a drive to the Limpopo River, crocodile-infested Limpopo River. We have seen dozens of people waiting to cross. They are trying to skip this queue, trying illegal means of entering the country. About 5 minutes ago, before going on air, I counted 5 people crossing into South Africa from Zimbabwe. That multi-million rand border fence is not helping. It's got holes, and people are just strolling into South Africa. But listen to what some of those who are stuck inside the border had to say earlier on.
The president could at least extend the border hours, because we understand they are closing at 10, but now after 10 then nothing happens. Only the next morning then we are waiting for help.
So bedeviling the problem, Siphamandla, is the curfews that exist on both sides of the border. But to the person who has just spoken, would it not make sense then for those border post hours to be extended?
Well, that's what many people are calling for. They are saying at least measures should have been put in place to deal with what many people are now calling a humanitarian and a health crisis, to allow people at least process them quickly and allow them to come into South Africa, and those who want to go to Zimbabwe, let them go there. So that's what many people are saying. That's what they are calling for. But it's not actually the case, because at 9 p.m. the South African side of the border closes. There is a curfew in South Africa between 9 p.m. and 6 a.m. And in Zimbabwe there is a hard lockdown. There is a curfew which starts at 6 p.m. and then ends at 6 a.m. So all those have compounded the situation here. And some people are calling for the relaxation or the easy processing of those who want to come in. Listen to some of them.
Yes, the situation is very bad. The situation is very bad. I arrived 3 days back. There are many motorists, thousands of people around there. There are no toilets, sanitation. There is absolutely nothing, no taps for water. We survive by water that we bought from the shops or from the people selling on the streets. Yes.
Were you asked to produce your COVID-19 certificate, and then will you be going back to Zimbabwe?
Yes, I have my COVID certificate that I did 3 days back. Several times they asked for it, I produced it. Then now I'm here in South African side now.
You must be relieved.
A bit relieved, but without washing yourself for 3 days, it's very tough. Now I have to drive from here to Joburg. without washing for 3 days, no refreshment or whatsoever. But I'll try my best, maybe rest 2 to 3 times on the road before I get to Joburg.
The report from Siphamandla Goge at the Beitbridge Border Post. Just a little after 5:30. This is Wednesday lunchtime, and these are our headlines. The National Coronavirus Command Council is meeting while the COVID-19 vaccine acquisition debate rages on. Stage 2 load shedding will begin overnight, 10 p.m. through until 5 tomorrow morning. And as we've just been reporting, thousands of people waiting to cross back to South Africa at the Beitbridge Border Post.